Solid.
We got
Liquid.
Where's your lab coat? No, we're making water. Ice.
Liquid.
Oh. Put this in a pot of water already.
Gas. Actually.
Stop.
Gas. Solid, liquid, and gas are the three states of matter. Solid.
A solid is matter that has a definite shape or volume. Plus
Liquid.
a liquid, a form of matter that flows, has a fixed volume and takes the shape of its container.
Gas.
A gas is matter that has no definite shape or volume. It adopts the shape of its container.
Kinetic.
The word kinetic refers to motion.
Kinetic energy.
Kinetic energy is the energy an object has because of its motion.
Vacuum.
Vacuum, a space where no particles of matter exist.
The kinetic theory.
States that the tiny particles in all forms of matter are in constant motion. Wow.
The kinetic theory. 1.
1. A gas is composed of particles, usually molecules or atoms. These particles are considered to be small, hard spheres that have insignificant volume. They're relatively far apart from one another. Between the particles, there is empty space. No attractive or repulsive forces exist between the particles.
2.
2. The particles in a gas move rapidly in a constant rate of motion. They travel in straight paths and move independently of each other, just like me and my ex-girlfriends. 3. All collisions are elastic. This means that during collisions, kinetic energy is transferred without loss from one particle to another, and the total kinetic energy remains constant.
Gas pressure.
Is defined as a force exerted by a gas per unit surface area of an object. If there are no gas particles present, there cannot be collisions, and there is no pressure. Stay cute.
Kelvin scale facts.
Hashtag facts. The Kelvin temperature scale was invented by scientist William Thomson, also known as Lord Kelvin. Hashtag factual. There are no negative numbers on the Kelvin scale.
Atmospheric pressure.
Atmospheric pressure results from the collisions of paired molecules with objects. Atmospheric pressure decreases as you climb a mountain because the air layer around Earth thins out as elevation increases.
Barometer.
Barometers are devices commonly used to measure atmospheric pressure. This pressure is dependent on the weather.
Pascal.
The SI unit of pressure is the Pascal. The Pascal was developed by Nicolas Worth. It was named in honor of the French mathematician and philosopher Blaise Pascal, also known as Blaise Blase.
Kinetic energy used in everyday life. Cars.
Cars. Running our cars is an example of potential to kinetic energy. The fuel stored in your gasoline-powered car's tank is potential energy. Once the car is started and moving, kinetic energy is created.
Electricity.
Electricity. The electricity that fuels our homes is supplied by potential energy. Once the fuels are burned, kinetic energy is created. For example, the coal being stored is potential energy, and it is burned is kinetic.
Sports.
Sports. In baseball or softball, the pitcher creates kinetic energy. Potential energy is stored in the windup of the pitch, and when the pitch is released, kinetic energy is created. A golf ball sitting on a tee is potential energy. Once the golf ball is hit, kinetic energy is created.
Other.
Other. An asteroid falling to Earth has a large amount of kinetic energy. A river flowing creates a lot of kinetic energy because of its velocity.
Kinetic energy facts.
An object keeps the same amount of kinetic energy unless it speeds up or slows down. Another fun fact, kinetic energy can be calculated for any moving object as long as the object's mass and speed are known. And another one, kinetic energy can occur in any direction, whether up and down or left or right. Another fun fact, the word kinetic comes from the Greek word kinesis, which means motion. And another one, most kinetic energy begins as a different type of energy is converted. Another one. When an object's mass doubles, its kinetic energy also doubles. When an object's speed doubles, its kinetic energy quadruples. The word energy comes from the Greek word energia. Why is kinetic energy important?
Why is kinetic energy important, you might ask? Kinetic energy is important because without it, the concept of movement would be impossible to describe. Also, kinetic energy is more fundamental than mass is. Without kinetic energy, we would not know how the movements of objects into each other react, so we wouldn't know how collisions react. We would not be able to completely describe them. Also, we would be completely unsure of how most things in our world work. There is kinetic energy involved in our cars, our homes, our sports, our activities, and everything that surrounds us.
Can we guest star?
The end. Bloopers.
Is that better? Is that more serious? Two. Ah.
Just wanna have fun.
We might eat Devices. You didn't say you didn't.
I thought that was Steph.
Juan Carlos Conspiración Ferrande.
Hey, all right. Powered car tank is potential energy.
Salads, liquids, gas to see, or soups of matter, freezing point.